What's up, Thunder Nation? Welcome to the Sooner Surge podcast that tells it like it is. Here for a little instant reaction Thunder discussion talk as the Thunder sweep the Memphis Grizzlies 117 to 115. And by the way, 12 more of these, and the OKC Thunder will be the NBA champions. 12 more wins is the magic number now. Man, this one was interesting, guys. The Thunder shot as poor as you can shoot probably in a game in a long time. They definitely limited the number of threes they put up in the second half compared to the first, but made a couple of big threes. SJ with a huge step back to go up, and then they used the foul tactic. Man, Memphis had a little tip chance there at the end, but overall thoughts, guys?
Well, ShaiGilgeous-Alexander hit the play or hit the shot to ice the game, as you could say. Shot clock was going down, spun back to the middle of the court, hit a fade, something we've seen Shai do all year long. And Shai showed up today and played his best game of the series. I don't think it was close. He was really efficient, took good shots. Even some of the shots he wasn't hitting were great shots, wasn't settling for step-back threes. And I think the Thunder, they found a way to get it done. We've talked about this team. They're so special with the different kind of ways that they have the ability to win, Jeremy and Jay. And they found another way to win today. Wasn't your best game on the offensive side of the ball. Defensively, you dug in and got a ton of stops when you needed them most. They made the Grizzlies work extremely hard all game. Now, people can say, oh, this Grizzlies team was undermanned. They aren't very good. But guess what? They were fighting for their lives. All right, so it doesn't matter who was on the court for them. You knew they were going to fight. I thought they played a lot harder than the Thunder did at points in the game, but the Thunder, they still found a way to win.
Yeah, Pippen had an outstanding game for the Grizzlies. He played 30 points. Yeah. A couple guys, I mean, J-Dub I thought had a really good game today. And then you look at it, a couple of guys off the bench that I think were key. And one of them, Isaiah Joe, only played 14 minutes, had 11 points. Aaron Wiggins only played 15 minutes. He had 9 points. So both those guys almost double figures and playing very little minutes. I thought Wiggins was really good at attacking the hoop when he got in there. And then you had Isaiah Hartenstein finally kind of get something going, double-double for him. So they get the victory. They get the sweep. Yeah, it wasn't like – I wouldn't say it was the prettiest of game. But it's a W, and they move on, and now they're going to rest for a while. I hope personally it's not too long because I don't like a long break. And Colin, I agree with this comment. We were texting during the game. I don't like it. I don't like shooting that. First off, the second half, they limited how many they shot, and they're not going to shoot that bad. That's the thing. They're not going to shoot that bad every game. If they were hitting those shots, we'd all be saying, oh, they're on fire.
Hey guys, outside of about 5, I can see the 5 in my head right now during the game.
Yeah,
most of them
no. They were good looks, Jeremy.
They were great looks. I'll live and die by those looks. Outside of a forced one by Dort, a forced one by Dort, a couple of other forced by a couple of players, but most of them wide open. I tell you what, SGA is not an open three-point shooter. He is so much better on the step back than the step forward three and the step into.
I agree. Chet today only had 11. A little surprised by that or no?
He had a huge steal.
Defensively, Chet's impact was felt for sure.
Is there a dirtier player than Zach Edey and Jaren Jackson? My goodness.
Jaren Jackson did some interesting things. I mean, I'm not one that's going to say players are dirty, but I think, there were some things that they did that wasn't said. And Candace Parker, all series, was horrible calling the games.
Yeah, I'm not.
I'm sorry. I couldn't enjoy it. I could not.
Anytime OKC is sweeping someone, I'm enjoying it. I don't care.
Hey, I don't think the Thunder have shot 20% from three, maybe this whole year. I mean, that was bad. But the other key stat, I think, from this game, Thunder got destroyed on the boards. Now, part of that was because the Thunder missed a lot of shots. I mean, I think they lost the defensive rebounding edge like 40-something, 20-something. It was pretty bad, 20 rebound difference on the defensive side. But they did get out-rebounded. But I think part of that was they just didn't shoot the ball well. So, and a lot of times they would get offensive rebounds and they just miss like 2 or 3 in a row. So,
Jay, they didn't rebound great. I mean, Memphis had six chances at the basket in that third to last possession, I think it was.
Yeah.
Pippen's an up and coming star. Okay, he is.
Who does his game remind you of?
A Devin Booker.
Yeah.
Less
Less
3-point shooter, but a Devin Booker.
Hey, I think that the Grizzlies are going to trade Jaw and just go with him.
I'm trying to understand this chat.
I also don't really get the game of Jaren Jackson Jr. for someone that's like 6'10" has the inability to post up a 6'5", 6'6" guy.
He's got a different game, doesn't he? Yeah.
It's really.
I'll tell you the game. It's an ugly game because
it's weak. It's soft.
I've never seen it. He doesn't make anything look easy.
Mm-mm. And his 3-point shot, he like leans forward and there's like a hitch when he shoots too. It's odd.
Yeah, I mean, the 4 games are out of the way. Now you have. You wait on who's going to win between the Clippers and Nuggets. I know there's different viewpoints on this. Do you want the Nuggets and Clippers to go 7 and beat each other up? That would give OKC more time. Some people say I don't like OKC having many days off. But Brett, good to hear you on here. See you on here. Man, that was a messy game, but it felt like that was an opponent who wasn't ready for the – yeah, exactly. And I like Pippen. Hey, an elimination game in sports is the most difficult game to win. And that's what this was. I mean, this team.
And the Thunder got up, 12 there near the end, and they just clawed their way back.
The Bane 3-pointer from the top of the key from about 40 feet. I mean, they just kept clawing. But Caruso, again, is special, guys. Caruso is special.
Yeah, he also
he does all the little things.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. He does all the little things right. And the Nuggets are up by 6 right now, but it's halfway through the first quarter. So not really much to worry about. But if you can get out-rebounded 51-33, and if you're the Thunder and shoot 20% from 3 and still win an elimination game on the road, I think you will take that 10 out of 10 times.
The lineup we saw at the end that we've seen at the end a couple times now with Caruso, Dort, Chet, SGA, and J-Dub is probably going to be
that's the lineup for the playoffs.
Well, it is the playoffs. It's probably the lineup they're going to use against the Clippers or the Nuggets because they don't have 2 bigs. And Ihart will be off the floor. To me, that's it. If there is Caruso's going to get more minutes, and he could take some of Dort's if the other team doesn't have a superstar in at that point. So, hey, I don't like some of the comments on here. So, I'm going to.
Yeah. But, I think. Yeah, Jay, you can go ahead.
I was just going to say what you're going to say first. I'm going to change the subject a little bit.
I know. Something I was going to say was that this team, I don't think it matters who really they play, whether it's the Nuggets or it's the Clippers. I think the Thunder team, no matter who they play, they have so many different ways that they can win games. And that's what a championship team does, guys, is they find so many ways to win games. And that's what they've done. And today was so ugly. And I don't care who the Thunder play, just they're going to find ways to win games.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. I mean, kind of turn the page from this series. This series is over. I don't really care to even talk about Memphis anymore. I'm ready to move forward. And so you look at it. Who do you think can beat the Thunder 4 out of 7 games that's left on the West side? And the reason I ask is, I've told you guys all along I don't want to play LA as a Thunder fan. But the more you watch LA, they might be a better matchup than the Wolves. I don't know.
You're muted, Germ.
You're muted.
LA's not getting out of the first round, guys.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw the stats. It was whenever Anthony Edwards and Jaden McDaniels had the ball, whenever they got a switch onto being guarded by Luka, I think combined they were averaging like 39 points a game against them, or it could have been just like in the last game, but they were shooting like 60% from the field. It's just nuts. And it's a liability. And I can promise you the Thunder would abuse that matchup with Shai and J-Dub on Luka. They would abuse that.
I don't know. I mean, Luka's played well. I mean, and they just really played really good against the Thunder recently at the end of the year.
Those games didn't mean anything.
Well, I don't want to go down that road again. But, hey, the T-Wolves, if you look at last year, they made the Western Conference Finals. It's like this is kind of their step to go there again and maybe try to win it. I mean, that's kind of the way it works. And if you look at the NBA and how it works in the kind of the way you go to get a championship, you kind of got to go through these stages. So
speaking of that, Jay, I can't. His name has left me. When I hear it, I'll know it. The ESPN guy. He's been on several ESPN things. He's a basketball guy. He said he's not picking the Thunder because the Celtics had to lose many series. The Thunder's only won at one or two series total now. He said that most of the teams have gone through lose. Yes. So he's not picking.
It wasn't Jefferson, was it? I'm not sure.
No,
but I know what you're talking about, Jeremy. But I think a part of that's true, but also no team in NBA history has been as good statistically in the regular season as the Thunder were either. So Golden State, they were young and they won the finals. So why can't?
I'm not saying it can't happen. I'm saying what the guy said. Hey, the Thunder also had a lineup at one point with Wallace, Wiggins, Chet, Caruso, and one more. It was a great defensive lineup too. They're so deep. They are so deep.
Yeah, the Thunder's ability to go small, go big, play just a normal lineup is, I mean, it's very uncommon with the personnel and the versatility that they have. Is definitely something that's unique. And Aaron Wiggins, man, when he doesn't play super fast downhill, whenever he takes what's given to him, he's a phenomenal player. And the reality of it, Austin, I hate to say this, I would love to as well, but there's not enough minutes.
Right now, Caruso is taking a lot of his minutes, and there's no argument that you should bench Caruso. So now Wiggins played more tonight than he did last game. So I think you're going to see Wiggins probably 10 to 13 minutes a game, and that's probably it. And Joe hasn't earned the right or hasn't done anything to cause him to sit down at all either. Now, I agree he offers more on the defensive end than Isaiah Joe. As soon as I criticize Isaiah Joe tonight, he got a steal. So, I mean, he's playing really well too.
Well, and the thing is, though, about Wiggins, too, you mentioned he takes Caruso's minutes. Well, you also have Cason Wallace, too. I mean, Cason Wallace has been averaging quite a few minutes. So, and what Wallace brings is really good defense. I mean, extremely good defense. So it kind of depends on if they want to go more defensive or offensive, I think, on that. But Wiggins, he gives you a burst. Today, I really liked his burst when he came in there. Really aggressive with the ball, trying to push the tempo. I liked it.
That is true.
This inner Flagler.
Hey, this comment,
Flagler.
This comment though, they didn't force any outside of about 3 or 4 though.
No, but he's saying.
I think he's just saying they didn't shoot well.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what he's saying.
Yep. Do you guys think the Thunder, it's a concern, their ability to not be efficient from behind the 3-point line in the first round, or do you guys not too concerned about it and just what all is going to come?
Well, that is one of my concerns with this Thunder team because last year they got ousted. Part of it was because they went ice cold from 3-point range, didn't they not? Here's the thing: when you got this many guys on a team that can go one-on-one, that can drive to the lane, if you're not shooting good, you don't have to keep shooting it. You can drive it and make other things happen. Hey, Stillerman, I have never in my life, even when they were bad, trying to rebuild it, I've never said Thunder are trash, ever.
Yep.
Hey, probably I like Yep Yonner's comment here.
Mm-hmm.
It was, very good to see SGA be like himself. He had his shooting percentage was better. He was playing within the rhythm, wasn't forcing a lot of things. That last play he made that really sealed the deal and put him up 5, I think it was, where he spun and stepped back was elite. You knew he was going to be the one shooting it, and he did it there. That was great. I thought he was really good defensively on Bane a lot of times. He had a block that Chet almost grabbed, but it went out of bounds. Like SJ was himself tonight, and it was great to see as you now wait for the week for the round 2 matchup between the Clippers or Nuggets, who it's going to be. So right now they're 4-0. They got 12 more to go. 12 more to go. There's the phone link if you want to check it out. We're going to be on air 5-10 more minutes. Steelerman says, Hudson, you're not telling me anything I don't know about the state of the Steelers, my guy. We're talking about the Steelers. Yeah.
I think Thunder – I think you would probably rather play the Nuggets because I think –
Why is that?
They have a little bit less scoring depth than the Clippers do, and also they have more liabilities than the Clippers do too.
Master, hey, I agree. It's going to be
I don't like it.
It's going to be a week.
I don't like it either, guys. I don't like having that long off.
I get what you're saying, Jay, but teams that go through 7-game series are going to just be physically worse off than a team like the Thunder.
Oh, I agree with you on that. I'm just saying I don't like having that big of a break because here's the thing. You got to come out first game like they did this last time. They had a pretty good break, and they came back.
Yeah, it didn't bother them, did it? 51-point
didn't bother them at all. Didn't bother them at all. So,
yeah. Hey, Jack's one of the best challengers in the league. He trusts his.
He's the best.
He looks at the guy's like, should I challenge you? Okay, I'll challenge you. The Memphis coach, does he know he has challenges? No offense, but he's out of his league. Come on.
Well, he just got hired, Jerm. Give the guy.
Well, he didn't even get hired. He just kind of got thrown into a spot.
He's out of his league.
Same as the Denver guy. Same as the Denver guy. Hey, let me ask you guys this. Game on the line. Cannot pick Shai Gilgeous. No SGA, game on the line. Who do you want going to the free throw line?
Chet.
I will say Chet's been really good.
I would pick Chet over J-Dub right now for sure.
I would too.
Yeah, maybe a Caruso.
No, Chet.
The reason I brought it up is because
Joe wouldn't be in late.
J-Dub, he hasn't really been hitting his free throws that much.
He made a big one though at the end.
He made a big one of 2 though. But
J-Dub's mid-range right now has been really good though. J-Dub, you could argue and say J-Dub was the player of the series.
He had a great series. J-Dub, Caruso, effectively on both sides of the. But
Caruso overall, but offensively, it's J-Dub.
Hey,
J-Dub, in my opinion, was the player of the series. If
J-Dub plays like this for the rest of the season, the rest of the postseason, they probably win a chip. They probably do. I think he's going to have to be that guy. Just like most teams have a second guy, he's going to have to be that guy consistently. So,
well, not even to say, we've seen the Thunder just dominate. This is something I said. The Thunder and the Cavs, in my opinion, have looked like the 2 best teams in the playoffs, and it's not very
Correct.
The Celtics, they've had their struggles with the Magic and stuff, so I think just the Thunder and the Cavs right now, I think those are the 2 probably favorites with how they're playing right now. But the Celtics, with that championship experience, can get there.
Looks like we got Colin on the line. What is up?
What's up, guys?
What's up?
Sweep. That's what's up.
I know. Feels good, especially with how Nuggets and Clippers series are painting out. Looks like that's going to go far, so
yeah,
good rest. And then, of course, I knew SGA was finally going to come around the corner. He started the game just hitting his mid-range. I think he still needs to work on his 3 because it's still not falling as much.
He made one big 3 on a step back. If he's not doing a step back, he's not a spot up shooter. That's just not his game at all.
Well, and the thing that drives me the most insane about Shai with these threes is he's shooting these step back threes, or he would every single time he would have Zach Edey on him. Almost every single time when he would settle for a step back 3. Drive it past him, dude. What are we like? There's no reason to shoot a step back 3 at that point.
I think his best play was, I think I saw like a screenshot of the play, but when he hit the floater over like the whole team, because it looked like all 5 players from Memphis crashed the paint trying to stop him, and he was still able to hit it. But again, X factor still has to be, this whole series has to be Caruso with the close J-Dub second, just because. I
Agree.
mean, you saw like he was pissing Triple J off, and he had to resort to pushing him on the 3-throw line. He because every time Jaren Jackson turned around, Chet was there for the help, and Caruso was there for the steal. And then on the fast breaks, Memphis didn't even see Caruso coming down the court, and he just popped it right out.
Right.
He's unreal. The
It's
guy.
and I saw the interview before the playoffs started. He's like, yeah, I may have not been the best in the regular season, but this is where you have to play your best. And this whole series has been shown why you picked up Isaiah Hartenstein, why you pick up an Alex Caruso for those type of games.
I think Caruso can be. And I know people say that's the dumb comparison, Jerm, but Alex Caruso's got a lot of Russell Westbrook in him. He doesn't take a single possession off. At the free throw line, when he's in the paint, he's all hustle all the time.
What would you guys be your takeaway of the first series before game 2? What do you think they need to work on or?
Well,
I think defensively that they could. At times they're phenomenal defensively, even in this series. And then at times, I mean, Memphis made some tough shots. There were a couple times they lost someone, but ball movement was pretty good early in the series. I think it was a little worse later in the series, but overall, it was a great series, I think.
Well, something I think that I want to see more of is, I think the Thunder in round 2, if it's the Clippers or the Nuggets, I want to see more of a 2-man game with Chet and Hartenstein from the high post, because I think if you play either of those teams, you're gonna have a smaller guy guarding Hartenstein or Chet. It doesn't matter. And I think, if you're not going to take Chet, it's going to be an easy lob, like we saw several times this series. And if you take Hartenstein, Chet's just going to have an easy finish. And I don't know why they don't use that more, but, I mean, I think that 2-man game has to be an elite 2-man game if it's able to work a lot.
Yeah. What were you guys' thoughts of, now that we get more games of the double big lineup? Do you still like it, or do you think they should go back to benching Hartenstein and having him come off the bench?
I think. Go ahead, Jay. Go ahead.
Sorry, I'm getting ready to cut out. But I like it in different situations. I don't always like it. I like it some, yeah.
I like starting with it, and then as the game goes, you kind of go with what works best. But if they play the Clippers, they may not even start with the two bigs, because Clippers got Zubac, and that's it.
No. You play Hartenstein and Chet, because if Chet's on Zubac, that's the kind of bigs that Chet struggles with. Zubac, I don't know if you've watched him much this year. He's a dog.
Zubac's not beating you, Jackson.
But he could give Chet trouble.
So you're going to put iHeart on someone like a Norman Powell?
No, you let Chet sag off Chris Dunn, because Chris Dunn can't shoot threes at all.
That may be what they do. That may be what they do.
My biggest red flag so far has just been the small ball lineup. I know it can produce, but against the Denver's or Clippers next series, or even this series, it kind of got exposed with trying to run J-Dub at the 5 and Caruso at the 4.
I mean, if the Clippers are going to go small points, probably will with a Ben Simmons at the 5. I think that's when you can be fine going small.
Yeah. I think you just have to switch off in the Clippers series, between Hartenstein and Chet, and not start them both, like you said, so you can just always have someone up there for Zubac.
Yeah. Hey, appreciate it, Colin.
All right, thank you.
Jackson, I know you're getting ready to head over to Love's Field for the OU Texas softball matchup at 6:30. Hey, closing thoughts here, guys, before we get off here. Just kind of wrapping up this series, looking at the next. Closing thoughts, guys.
Jay, you want to start? Or I guess, Jeremy, you can start. That works.
I can start if y'all can hear me. Sorry, I keep cutting you guys. Hey, did you just ask for closing thoughts for the series? Closing thoughts. You had the first 2 games that just were domination. And they had a little bit of you had to fight for it to win the last two, which I think might help the Thunder in the long run. But this is a series. I don't think anybody thought this was going to be a series. Now you move on. You get out of there healthy. That's the number one most important thing, in my opinion. You're healthy as you were when you went into the series, and you still are. That's the number one takeaway. You're healthy.
Jackson?
My number one thing is that I think defensively, there's no team that can be as dominant as we've seen OKC be. I mean, when they're on it with the physicality that's allowed to be played in the playoffs, with the rim protectors that they have, with the ability to switch 1 through 4, not have a weakness, a liability on the floor, that's going to cause a lot of teams chaos on offense. And I think we saw that at points. But, you know, I think the Thunder, man, they have a chance to do some special things, Germ. And I think we both think they're going to win the championship now. I don't think Jay's quite there, but this is the start, and this is what we expected the Thunder to do, and they did that. You're muted.
Yeah, and for me, if the Thunder hustle like they have been, if they move the ball like they have been, they're gonna be NBA champions. That's just the way it is, in my opinion. Defensively, they got everything you need. Hustle, move the ball, get good looks. Some days they're not going to fall like tonight. They didn't fall. They still got the win. So, great first series for the playoffs for the Thunder, sweeping, as Jackson and I did, sweeping the Memphis Grizzlies today, winning 117-115, and now they wait to see if it's the Clippers or the Nuggets. Hey, thanks for joining us here today on this little Thunder Live after the game. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. We'll be on later tonight for our normal 9:30 live, and we'll talk all things sports on that episode. So thanks for joining us, and we'll catch you next time. Thunder Nation.